Mate, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Good getting to chat with you. Obviously, I've been able to speak with you for so many years, and so awesome to see how you've kind of, how you're thriving in the UFC now. It seems like only a few weeks ago you were just getting in there, and now look at you, mate. You're facing off against Bo Nickal.
It's funny, eh? It's not even happening now. I'm cheating it off.
I know. Surely they've got to do it now, though.
Man, I hope so. I'm jigging him up, trying to make him come in, but everyone's messaging me, fighting great.
I know, bro. I saw you you've got your old Photoshop out.
Now I just got to say thanks, guys. Thank you. How will explaining it? How do I cut? All right. And everyone's like, oh, you got the fly, they're explaining now.
I know.
I regret doing it now. Now I have to do it all again. Start explaining, I'm not fighting.
But you could get it, because now you do. I mean, a lot of people do that, right? A lot of people call out for these big fights, and then finally they get them. Do you think you can kind of speak to the UFC brass and potentially swing a fight like this?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fight. That's what I think it is. He's obviously they want a big fight. It's kind of, I don't know how they're gonna, if they want to use my name, because I don't know the biggest name to do it off me, but I think I'll smash him. I think he's got better overall grappling than him, and I don't know. I think I'll bash him, but I hope they can make it. That's why I'm trying to gear up all the time. Hopefully he gets annoyed from me and just says, "Yeah, I'll fight him." So I'll just shut him up.
That looks like a lot of people are keen for that fight. Even though you're not a massive name in the US, it looks like a lot of people are keen for that. I mean, what is it like? Can you ever, speak to the UFC and say, hey, look, this fight is going to, I'm really keen for this fight. Have you done that? Is that something you can even do?
Yeah, you can just say how they give me these guys on, but I've never really done that, to be honest. Really? I don't really care.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm actually asking for someone, but it looks like it's working. Maybe when I get it. Maybe I should have done this a lot.
Get the Photoshop back out. Just keep Photoshopping it into real life, mate.
I should have done it a long time.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. We're going to speak about your last fight, mate. That was amazing. I would love to see you get your first finish in the UFC, your first stoppage. Those hips from hell, mate. Look at those hips. Strongest hips in the Western Sydney. What's going on there? Tell me about it.
Man, to be honest, because my coach asked me after, what happened? Man, I don't know, I think my hip or something. And then we watched the replay after. I hit him on the top of the head with the jab as he came in.
Yeah.
Then his head hit my hip after. I don't know, it was a cool combination, but I was just happy he was down to kick him in the body after. I didn't really care. However he fell, I was happy.
It was pretty funny. I've been seeing a lot of comments online just talking about the fight and how it finished and stuff. And have you seen some of the comments about it?
Yeah, everyone's saying hips don't lie, Shakira and stuff like that.
Right. Imagine that. You should 100% come out to that next fight. Hips don't lie by Shakira. Imagine that. Was it frustrating after the fight? I know I saw you, a lot of people were booing you and stuff after that.
I was happy with the boost. I actually liked that. When I was booing, it was like, fuck these guys. Just smash these guys.
That was the most elated I've ever seen you after a fight as well, mate. You must have been on cloud 9 when you got that finish, because obviously it's your first finish in the UFC. Walk me through the feeling directly after that fight.
Man, I just felt good because I had a year of fighting with all the injuries. I had a few injuries coming up, but then when I came back, I was bashing Cody Brumby. I got disqualified, and then I had to do surgery. Then I had another 6 months off, so it was just frustrating. I was like a year and a half off getting a win. Then when I won, I was just happy. I was like, man, all the because man, when you get injured all the time over and over again, it's like, man, it's tough for this and what's going on. And then after that last fight, I got disqualified, and then I had to do surgery and I had to wait longer to fight. So I was just happy. It wasn't happy. It was like for the weight off my shoulders, just relief.
Yeah, I can definitely see how it'd be frustrating with the slow kind of progression, the injuries and stuff like that. So I completely see, and I think hopefully now.
Since the debut, we fought 6 times since that bad fight, the debut fight. It's like, I feel like I won 6 in a row, you know. Even though I didn't win 6 in a row, but like it feels like that too, you know. Where with Brendan Allen, I feel like I beat him, even though I
Yeah.
didn't. But it was pretty. I Cody Bundy, so it's like 6 in a row, kind of thing. So like I know I can perform now, so there's no doubt me performing and how good I am. It's just believing and training hard and keep going. You know, don't let it get ahead of myself, start bashing everyone.
I mean, you can also see your progression. Your boxing and your stand-up has gotten so much better. And obviously, I mean, you put that down to boxing with Brian Doyle. It's Brian Doyle, isn't it?
Yeah, Brian Doyle.
How's that going, training under him and you know, crisping up your hands?
Yeah, we just work. It's crazy. The box is so simple, you know. Just try to get more power, keep it simple and less.
Yep.
Like showing less in your hands, like coming straight off your chin or whatever. The little simple stuff that you work every day. Yeah, it's a lot of technique, but it's just, I think, there's a lot of belief, you know. Yep. It's funny because they always say 80%, 20% physical, 80% mental. But you get to a stage where everyone's good now, you know, like skill level, but some people better, like, but you can see, like, it's just a lot of it's mental, you know. You come out, you see with the champion, Driscoll's champion, man. He's not, how good is he? He's not that skill-wise, not that good, but just believes in himself and he comes out to fight and he's willing to die, you know. So that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Looking, you know, onto the next fight out of your camp, I'm pretty sure, is that Rob's the next fight, next big fight for you guys?
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia. I was trying to get on the card with him, but they said the card was full.
Yeah.
But I'm going down the corner him anyway.
How's it been kind of helping him out? Have you been teaching him your hip method?
Thrust the hips in a little bit, hit him in the head. Maybe it'll work, man. You never know.
That's a huge fight for him, isn't it? I mean, that's a massive fight for anyone.
I feel like it's bigger than the title fight, really, with Husband. You know, he's got so much eyes on him. But I don't know, man. They say he's the boogie and no one wants to fight him, but I reckon if you ask the top 20 to fight him, everyone's going to fight him. I'd fight him, you know? So
yeah.
They say he's the boogeyman, but I don't think people are avoiding him now. Especially now he's got a big name. I don't think anyone wants to. Maybe he was coming through, maybe people avoid him because it's hard fight.
Yeah.
Hey, he's there. Like, everyone wants to fight him, but I think Rob's a nightmare matchup for him, you know? You see Rob, what he does against those good grapplers. So, I don't know. I think Rob's a good player. He's got a good style to pick him apart and bash him, you know? But we all know.
Yeah.
So I can tell you better after.
It's kind of cool getting to. You've got this really tight Nick, you know, kind of training group. It's awesome. I love seeing, you know, not just you and Rob, but you and I really like Izzy Docs. He's someone I see you like. He seems like an absolute legend of a bloke. Obviously, you know, he's training, you know, signing a contract with one championship. What's it like, you know, kind of not coming up with him, but, you know, being next to him, you guys obviously looking up to Rob a bit, but being on like a level with him and kind of both progressing into this really, you know, into these two promotions. How's it been training alongside him?
You know, like Rob, when we were training, me and Izzy, when we started training together, like Rob was that thing. Much better. It was like a different level. So me and him were just, he's like my brother. So we pushed each other every day. You know, like he didn't train. If he didn't train, I was training. He felt guilty. He's like, oh man, Jacob trained, I'm not training. The same with him. If he trained, I didn't train. So it made us push each other and keep training hard. You know, and we built like a bond. Me and him. We're kind of brothers now. You know, so like we do anything for the other guy. We train hard every day. We push each other. If he's slacking off or he's doing something he shouldn't be doing, I'll tell him. He does the same to me. But yeah, I feel like having him with me and pushing each other got us to the level we're at now. You know, like if we didn't have each other, maybe we wouldn't be here together.
Who's the better chess player?
Man, we had to get a time off with him. You know those chess timers? because when we're playing,
Yeah.
it moves, it'll take like 5 minutes. And then they're all playing with you, got to get it. I end up getting bored and just let him beat me at the end. We've got to on the timer, he's not very good. He's got too much pressure on him. And
Buckles under pressure.
it takes years when he wins. When he loses, he runs.
Oh, that's good, mate. I hope you don't mind me talking about this. I wanted to talk to you just because I thought it was kind of, I hadn't actually seen you, with anyone since we've started talking, and I'd never seen you with a partner or anything like that. What's it been like? You've obviously got a new girlfriend. You don't have to talk about this if you don't want, but I just thought it was really cool. What's it like having a new partner? And what does she do and for your life and training?
Yeah, never really had a partner before, I've always been first focused on my training and working at the gym, and I'm building myself, and focused on myself. I was never really ready to have a girlfriend, to be honest. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is good, the place to switch off. We never used to switch off at all after training and after coaching. I was always on at home, always thinking about coaching, thinking about training, never switching off. So it keeps me a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed, and I feel like it's good for me to. A good place for me to be. She does a lot for me, help cooks for me and stuff like that. It makes everything easier when I come home.
Do you train her at all with any MMA or anything stuff like that?
She doesn't know much away from that.
Oh, nice one, bro. I've been asking a few people this, but what do you think? Is there something in that you think that doesn't get talked about enough in kind of the MMA world?
I just feel like for me, I don't really care about, because I find it funny. I see other fighters get affected from it, how the fans that they comment. I find it funny, to be honest, about the fans, how they are. And he said every MMA fighters the most ruthless fans in the world. I don't see it in any other sport. It's crazy, eh? Someone loses, man. Someone wins. I don't know, man. It's funny, eh? The fans can go from here to here. It's weird. But yeah.
Yeah.
Funny,
It's easy. I was actually talking to Josh Cool about it. He said I asked him the exact same question. He said the exact same thing, saying, that people can just kind of the fans are very, they can be quite hot and cold. And some of them don't maybe understand kind of the level, the intensity that you guys are under, and kind of the skill level that you guys have to, deal with. When you lose, it's really kind of hard to deal with sometimes, because you've got all these fans hassling you about, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it?
I feel like a lot of people, they must put bets on or something. They get angry if they lose. I don't know what it is. They're drinking at night. I don't know what they're doing. But honestly, it doesn't affect me much, to be honest. But I can see quite affected from it. But man, it's crazy, to be honest, to see how these guys, because we're going to fight. Man, you can die in there. These guys are waiting to message these fighters, and some fighters get affected. It affects them. Some guys can't look at the. They don't want to see it. But yeah, I think it's funny to know.
Do people hit you up and hassle you?
Yeah. Hey.
Really?
I don't really care, to be honest. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever reply to them?
Oh, I remember I remember in the COVID time.
Yeah.
But then we have to do a 2-week quarantine after. And I remember I'll sit back and I'll start looking through them after a week when I get bored in there. I start replying some stuff, and I replied to old one from the one when I lost my first fight. Replied one, how's it going? So I get bored, stuff to do. That reply was funny. But then, man, because you message, when you message them, they reply back and they're like friends. They're like, oh man, I'll send you this. I think I just drunk trying to bet. I don't know what they're doing.
That's pretty weird. UFC Perth, that's one that everyone's kind of looking forward to. It's going to be a massive card for any Aussie or Kiwi that wants to get on there. Obviously, you'll be putting your hand up for that.
Yeah, we're trying to get Saudi Arabia, but we said we'll be ready for that. And then if not, we're ready for Perth as well, you know. So because that is 2 months after. So yeah, we'll be ready.
Yeah.
It's like, give me something.
What do you reckon? Bo Nickal, WA, in front of an Australian crowd. What do you think?
Good for Bo Nickal, man. Maybe we'll get some Australian fans coming out here. Be good for him. They'll build his easy fight. Come after me, bash me, get Australian fans. Good for him, serious. Should do
it. We'll send this directly to him, shall we?
Man, I'm telling you, he's going to come to Australia. You know, get massive audience here, big fans, probably be on the main card. He's going to bash me. Man, he needs a fan. Good for his brand.
Would you hang out with him if you know, after your fight?
Nah, man, I'm like, me, when I win, I lose against someone, I'll just like shake their hand and I'm my friend with them after.
Yeah, that's it.
Just hope you like bash them, go home. So
done, mate.
When you beat a guy, you know, for me, it's like you beat him. I don't want to rub it in his face that I beat him either.
Nah, I get that. Yeah. Well, because a few people have done that. They go and have drinks and stuff with them after. Hasn't Rob's done that, hasn't he?
I don't know. I can't. I don't think Rob's off. I think Rob's the same. He like takes the hand and goes as well.
What's in the future for you, mate? This is my last question to you. I don't want to take up all your time, but what's your future plans, mate, in the UFC, outside of the UFC?
Yeah, man, just outside UFC, I'm always like, I've got the Gracie Swing and Grace gym, you know, I don't know that and coach all the time. I want to keep building with that. Obviously, you want something outside fighting, you know, you don't want to just have only fighting. I enjoy that, to be honest, probably more than fighting, coaching and coaching kids, coaching the adults. I enjoy that a lot, you know. It's kind of, I think that's what makes me better as a fighter, because I'm always disciplined, always doing that. And even like outside fight, I can't get unhealthy because I'm not a role model kind of thing. I've got to keep it, stay on the course, you know, because there's a lot of people looking up for what I do, you know. And with fighting, man, I obviously want to get to the top. I don't want to be unrealistic and just say, yeah, champion now. I want to crack that top 10. That's been on my goal for a long time. I know skill-wise, I'm there, you know. So top 10 is my time for that. And then after that, you know, just keep building and try to get to the top, see what happens, see how good I can get.
That's interesting that you were saying. It's interesting that you were saying you prefer training, you know, people to actually fighting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I just enjoy coaching and like just seeing people change like their life around as well. You know, see it all the time. Can be like with the weight, can be more than that. Like a lot of different things. You know, what it does for people. I feel like for kids, you see the kids that are growing up, how it changes them, gives them confidence, discipline, and you know what I mean. And then you see that with the adults, how it changes their lives around as well. So just seeing that excites me and makes me proud of the job I do. You know, coming on training, always having good energy, and you know, you communicate with a lot of different people. You know, you speak to different people, and you kind of understand. Like, you never judge a book by its cover. And you can't just say, "Oh, this person is this." You know, you speak to someone, you really the person they are, what they do in their life. You know, and you start to understand. You don't know what people are going through as well at home and their home life. That can be the best part of their day. You know, coming to the gym. So yeah, I feel like it's a big impact on people's lives, and I'm proud to do it every day.
That's awesome, man. What's one of the, you know, most touching things that has happened to you? Like, has there been any kind of kids that have come up to you and say, you know, you've really changed my life? Or like, are there any specific situations?
No, it's not like coming to change your life, but just even like a parent coming back and saying like how much this, like the training helps him with his school life, how much better it's changed him, how he is at home, you know, gives him confidence at school. At home, he's more like he's more disciplined. You know, some parents tell me they use it. I say, "Man, if you don't do them until Jacob," and then I go, "All right, they stop." You know what I mean? I'm a nice coach. I'm pretty disciplined, you know. But yeah. So yeah, just little things they come, they tell you stuff like that. It just makes you happy, you know. It's like, all right, I'm doing the right thing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, mate. Well, thank you so much for chatting today. I really appreciate it. Let's see if we can get that Bo Nickal fight going, mate. We'll cut some of this together and send it out into the world, and maybe if we just keep going at it, it'll come to fruition.